Obviously, we were happy with the win at home at homecoming. I felt like it was an opportunity for a lot of guys to play. I was really pleased with the performances of some of our older players. I thought Roman Deloach was a guy that stood out to me, playing on both offense and defense, making big plays on both sides of the ball, having a couple receptions and a sack. I was pleased with our explosiveness on offense, getting over 500 yards of offense for us, which is not really kind of how we normally conduct ourselves, but was good for them to get out and be explosive and have a bunch of guys make some plays. And then defensively, I thought we did a nice job in the first three quarters, and really the thing that as we move forward, just trying to get the fourth quarter corrected when we put some of the younger players in, gave up 146 yards in the fourth quarter, and it didn't really play to our standards. So we'll keep trying to get everybody on the team better, keep moving forward, and look forward to beginning conference play against a really good SMU team. Coach Morris is one of the great coaches in college football, and someone that I personally really enjoy. So we had a tremendous battle last year at SMU, and we know that it will be another tremendous battle again as we try to neutralize Cortland Sutton, as we try to neutralize their offensive tempo and ingenuity and creativity. And then now we're playing against one of the better ball-hawking, aggressive defenses, in the conference, if not the country. So it'll be a tremendous challenge. We look forward to playing at home in front of our fans.
Take questions for Coach Rhule, please. *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And we'll take our first question from Mark Narducci with the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Good afternoon, Matt. Because you're starting your conference season, can you tell me kind of what you learned in these games? And do you have a pretty good handle now moving forward on what guys can be contributing, or are you still kind of at any kind of experimentation?
Yeah, I don't think we look at it necessarily as experimentation. We look at it more as guys are developing, so they get to play as they deserve and as they practice each week. And as guys get better, you hope that their roles improve, and as guys get ready, you hope that they have a better chance. So there are still guys improving, and guys' roles will continue to change, especially with injuries. But we feel like we kind of have our team and our depth pretty much set. I think the thing that we learned about our team is that that we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive on offense. We're going to we're not maybe stopping the run at the level that we would want. So we put an emphasis on stopping the run and get and running the football. But I think there's a lot of good things. There's just some details to clean up. We keep trying to clean those up, and whether that's special teams, offense, or defense, and just really kind of try to hit our stride as we enter the conference.
Does it almost feel like this is kind of a new beginning for you because now you start out 0-0?
No, I don't think that way. This is the next game. I'm proud of the way the kids competed these first four games, and to me, it's just the next game, and it's the first conference game.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll take our next question from Sean Pastor with Owls Daily. Please go ahead.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hey, Sean, what's up?
Hey, so I was wondering, I look at this kind of series of games you're in right now, starting with Penn State, Charlotte, SMU, Memphis. In a general sense, it seems like these four teams kind of run the same kind of offense. I wonder if, when you look at them and then specifically with SMU, are they all that similar, and what are the differences that maybe SMU, what are the differences that they have versus what you faced in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, and I haven't really seen Memphis yet because it's a new coach, though. I know in the past, he Coach Norvell is sort of that same ilk. But yeah, you're exactly right. It's a lot of one tight end, free receiver, run pass options, a lot of fast no huddle. I think what we saw last week from Charlotte was a lot of what we saw last year against SMU. And so it's sort of all that same sort of an offense. There's not a lot of pro-style people in there. So, that's good, and then you get a little practice against it. It's bad in that people see how you defend it and kind of come up with some new ways to attack the way that you defend it. But each team is probably similar in some ways. Penn State maybe didn't go quite as fast, but, Charlotte went fast yesterday, and we certainly know SMU is built on going extremely fast with them.
Okay. One other question I had, you had several players who you had held out on Saturday. Just was curious whether that was a one-week thing.
Oh, yeah. That was just, that's just a couple kids showing up late somewhere. That's nothing. That's not a big, there's no disciplinary actions or anything. That was just, guys not being on time or, not following some small details, so they didn't get to play in the game.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And we'll take our next question from Matt Vender with owlscoop.com.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Matt?
I'm good, thanks. I just first wanted to ask you about the injury situation right now. I know Julian Taylor didn't play on Saturday against Charlotte. You were obviously without Kareem Ali, Ventel Bryant, Javon Fair, and Leon Johnson were banged up, as you said, Saturday. Can you kind of just give us a little bit of an injury update on those guys?
Yeah, I thought Leon was the hardest playing guy we had on offense. We thought he played better than really played the best of anybody in terms of his effort, physicality and stuff. So he looked like he was close to 100%. One of the positives there was Jalen got in and played really well. So we feel good about that depth. Jovan seems like he's a little bit healthier than was against Penn State. He played a solid game. Ventel is we'll see how he does tomorrow, but I would say Ventel would be out for this game. I would say that the other guys you asked me about were who? I'm sorry, bro.
Julian Taylor and Kareem Ali.
Yeah, Julian, I don't know, and Kareem Ali I'd say would be out. So I'd say you still have Ventel and Kareem out, and Julian will kind of be like how he feels as we get ready for the game.
Okay. And just as far as the pass rush goes, I know you had said on Saturday that this is an area that you kind of focused on. You obviously put in Ramon Deloche for a couple plays just to maybe add to that pass rush a little bit. You've kind of struggled in that area a little bit. You're ninth in the AAC in sacks right now. Just after watching the film and looking at the pass rush in general, just where do you kind of see the pass rush? Where do you kind of see it? Where is it at right now?
Well, it's a good question. I think I came in with sort of a preconceived notion about the pass rush, and then you got back. We had some guys that were rushing pretty well. I think they threw a lot of run pass options and not very many drop back passes. And we got to the quarterback and flushed him several times. A lot of times he was just kind of getting the ball out of his hand. And so I'd like to get more sacks. I think as long as we're first, I think right now we're first or second in the country in pass defense and pass efficiency defense. So if we're not getting any sacks and people are holding on to the ball and ripping us down the field, then it's a little bit more of an issue. But I think what we're seeing is people just kind of lining up and getting the ball out of their hand as fast as possible so that they can't take a sack. So I might have overreacted just a little bit on that. I think the one thing I really want to see, Matt, is as we move forward, we've been blitzing, and we're not blitzing with the same energy and velocity and disruptiveness that we have in the past. And so that'll be an emphasis this week, is continuing the pass rush, trying to make the quarterback hold the ball a little bit longer so we can get home on some of those plays.
Okay, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
And we'll take our next question from Rock Hoffman with the Football Stories magazine. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Matt. I've talked to Avery Williams a couple times, and the one thing that's really struck me is his intensity. Could you talk about that and what he brings to the team with that intensity?
Yeah, I mean, he's our most physical football player. Probably plays harder than anybody else. And he brings a tremendous amount of intensity to really every detail of his life. I mean, whether it's school, practice, football, he only has one speed, and that's why he's a senior. He plays on special teams. He plays on defense. He would play on offense if I let him. And he's really sort of part of the heartbeat of our team in terms of the way he plays the game.
All right, thank you.
And we'll take our last question from Greg Paone with Comcast Sportsnet Philadelphia.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hey, Greg.
A little off topic here, but did you get a chance to speak with Tyler when he was home this weekend, or back here in Philadelphia this weekend with the Steelers? And for you personally, what does it mean when you see a guy you coached so long playing in the NFL and then coming back to play at the same field where he played his college ball?
Yeah, I talked to him on the phone before, like on Thursday or Friday before he got here, and he might have he might have been at the game or not. I'm not sure. Some guys said that he was in the came and was around. I don't know. I mean, but I didn't really see him. But I was just happy to see him get out there and play and come back to his old stadium. And for me, it's just always gratifying anytime I see any of the guys that played for me successful in anything, whether it's their personal lives or business lives or football. But it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool to turn on the TV and see Tavon, making big plays for the Ravens, to see Tyler out there playing, to see Matt get activated and make the Redskins, now to see Robbie. So I was really happy for Tyler and proud of him and excited to, have him come back to Philly.